Well boys, we're back to the HEATHKIT GD-1190 right now, and going through basically checking out the circuits or the ICs with the waveforms on each pin. They're supposed to be there. All the waveforms appear to be normal. The only waveform that is not normal is IC1 pin 7, and the chip is a 442-75. So we got the waveform on pin 10, or pin 2 rather, but the waveform on pin 7, there's no waveform being generated, which dumps into IC2. So that is pretty much what we're to with it. Trying to go through the manual here, through the alignment, and the only part of the whole alignment that I can manage to get through is turn the mode switch to battery position, reading 5.5, turn mode to total, and there's nothing. Push button doesn't do nothing. So yeah, can't set the meter no matter what. Normally you're supposed to be able to move this tuning cap here and adjust the meter, but no, it's not doing it. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it. I know we haven't done a video on this thing in a while, but like I said, about time. See if we can figure out what's going on. But yeah. So we got all the waveforms except for one. So is that an actual issue with IC1, or is that an actual issue with the voltage supply, possibly negative supply to IC1? Perhaps IC1 is not getting powered correctly, therefore it's not outputting correctly. Well, I guess what we're going to have to do is check the voltage to pin 3 on IC1 and see what we're getting. According to the schematic there, you should get a negative 0.5 volts on pin 3, and should get 0.6 on pin 2. So 2 and 3 are the voltage, negative and positive. So we'll check that and see what we're dealing with here. Alright, so what we're going to do, as I mentioned before, getting most of the waveforms that shows here on a schematic. Basically I'm going to show you the same waveforms that I'm getting on my scope. Figured you guys might want to see these. But yeah. But let's see what we can get for waveforms here. See if I can record some stuff for you. So we're going to look at IC2 pin 9, and we should have this waveform right here. And there is the waveform, same as what the schematic says it should be. So we know this IC here on this particular pin is working as it should. We'll go back on IC2 and we're going to look at pin 8, and then we should have this waveform on the bottom left on your screen. We should have that waveform on the oscilloscope on pin 8. Here we are, pin 8, and we have the same waveform as it calls for. Now we're going to put it on to pin 10, and the waveform should be smaller, shorter than the original one. There is the waveform on pin 10. So far, that chip is working as it should, which is this one here, IC2. So, we've got a few more waveforms we can check here. We can check the crystal oscillator. I already checked the frequency with the frequency counter over here, and the frequency of the crystal is correct. So let's check IC4 pin 11, 12, and 13. Alright, as you can see, we have the same waveform that the schematic calls for. So we know that waveform is good. Over here again, the waveform is the same on all these. So the next one we're going to check is IC4. That is on pin 5 and 6. 4, 5, and 6. We should have this waveform here. Square wave. Or rectangle wave. Whatever you want to call it. I don't know the waveforms at the moment. Getting used to them. But anyways, so we're looking for this waveform on pin 4, 5, and 6 of IC4. So let's see if they're there. This is bright as I can get my my oscilloscope on that, but it is the up and down on the waveform. So we know that that is working, and is working on 4, 5, and 6. So that's pin 4, pin 5, and pin 6. So we know the IC is working. We know IC4 right here is working. So the next one I guess we'll try will be IC1 on pin 2. So we'll give IC1 pin 2 a try and see if we get the same waveform right there, that waveform. Alright, so that's the waveform now for IC1 and pin 2, IC1. So we know that chip is working. So now we're going to go to IC1 pin 7, and we should have that waveform there on the bottom right hand corner. So I'm connected to pin 7 of IC1, and IC1 ain't don't appear to be doing anything. So let's take the output of IC1, which is pin 7. I'm looking at the diagram correct. Don't seem to be working correctly. So that means IC2 ain't getting driven properly, which I might have found a problem. IC1 pin 7 is not giving out that waveform. Okay. So we've done these. We've done all the waveforms there now. So we're back to IC1. Pin 7 is not producing the proper waveform. So we got a waveform going in on pin 2, nothing coming out on pin 7. So, do we have a bad IC1? It's starting to look like that. Question is, where do I get another one of these? LM311N. LM311N. Interesting. So there you have it. We have a fault with IC1. The first IC, pin 7. It's not outputting anything. So we might have a problem with supply voltage here, possibly. To 0.5. 0.5 negative. Well, I guess could we have a bad FET maybe? Could we have a bad resistor? R4? Because we are missing this waveform. Anyways, see if I can locate a chip. This LM311N off eBay and get it ordered. See if we can't make this metal detector work. Anyways, again, this is on the HEATHKIT GD-1190 Metal detector, VLF. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, folks. More to come once I get the chip.